Hey everyone, we're live at Sitecore Symposium today, and joining me I have Ross Lucivero and Mick Ebeling joining me, and I'm going to talk to them a little bit about their partnership. So Mick, you are from Not Impossible Labs. In preparation for this, I was able to watch some of your videos and kind of get the backstory of your company, and I definitely, I had immediate connections. I'm sure a lot of people would. Can you tell us a little bit more about Not Impossible Labs and kind of give us a little bit into your inspiring story?
Sure. So Not Impossible Labs is a tech incubator, and typically that means that people have an image of Silicon Valley episodes with people trying to come up with new apps to make billions of dollars or things like that. And what we do is we incubate technology that accomplishes social needs and tries to change the world in some way. So what we've created, what started off as a device that allowed a paralyzed graffiti artist to draw again using only his eyes, that led to the launch of the world's first 3D printing prosthetic lab. And now we've got a myriad of different things, from devices that allow a blind skateboarder to skateboard again, and most recently we have an incredible app that we are launching, or a CRM tool that's going to help to feed America's homeless and feed the people who are food insecure.
Wow, it's such an amazing use of tech, and it's something that we really like to see. So last year, I understand you were a speaker at Symposium, and that's actually how you got involved with Ross here, who is from Verndale. And can you tell us a little bit about that and why Verndale wanted to work with Not Impossible Labs?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So I was at Symposium last year, and similar reaction to you when you were watching those videos. I was really moved by everything that Mick and his team were doing, and I just thought that their story was amazing, and just how they were taking on these absurdities was just so inspiring. And it wasn't exactly clear to me how we were going to work with them or partner with them, but I just knew that we had to work with them.
Absolutely. So how has the new site that Verndale has crafted for you affected Not Impossible Labs?
I mean, the beautiful thing is that every idea starts with a principle and a belief, and at Not Impossible, we believe one of our mission statement is to change the world through technology and story. So our website had to do that. We needed to reflect the technology that, as these Robin Hood do-gooder hackers and makers, the type of technology that we were creating, and the stories that we tell about that. So the site is a reflection of that mission, and most importantly for us, it had to be accessible, because everything we do at Not Impossible is about how do you create something and create it so that it's the lowest cost, most accessible solution that can give people a quality of life or freedom of mobility or whatever it might be. And I think that's what Verndale knocked out of the park, is that we were able to create a site that, regardless of how you want to experience the site, if you are blind, if you are deaf, if you are colorblind, if you don't have any of those things, but you just want to experience the site and however it serves you, you have that ability. So I think that's the thing that I'm most impressed about and most excited about, is that you truly come in the door and you get to choose the path you want to follow.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's actually the first thing I noticed when I went to your guys' site is, it pulls up in the corner your accessibility options, and it's quite amazing. So seeing as we're at Sitecore Symposium, could you give us some examples of how you use Sitecore in this site?
Sure. Well,
do you want me to take that? Or
Mick's our resident Sitecore expert. I mean, there's a lot of ways, and actually, starting with the most simplistic one, just being built on a robust content management system is actually really helpful. They were working on something where they didn't have the ability to dynamically generate content and put up new pages. So I mean, just that as a baseline was really helpful. But then being able to use things like personalization, because Mick and his team, they talk to so many different audiences about the same thing, right? They may talk about somebody who wants to get involved in a project. They might talk about somebody who they call the ones, the people that they want to help, and they have all this content, but the way that people interact with it is very differently. So being able to use Sitecore to personalize that experience is really powerful and should be really helpful for them.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. So Mick, one last question for you. Are there any projects that you're working on right now that you would like to tell our viewers about?
Sure. Well, we have, if you go to the site, you can see the legacy of all the different things we've done, but the thing that right now is so topical is the absurdity of how many people in this country, and really all over the world, but especially in this country, what we're focusing on right now, that go hungry every day. People, kids who are food insecure, veterans who are food insecure. And so we said, all right, that's ridiculous. We can't sit by and know that there's plenty of food for people, but they don't have access to it. It's truly just a supply chain issue. So we launched a program called Hunger Not Impossible, that it's a basic CRM tool that we're able to give to charities, to schools, to nonprofits. They're able to enter in the cell phone numbers of their homeless or impoverished community. And that's a crazy thing, because most people think, well, wait a second, if you're homeless then you don't have a cell phone. Actually, that 85% of the world has a cell phone, and the stats in developed countries are even higher. So we use that cell phone as a way to be able to get in touch with them and then steer them to places where they can be fed. And so one of the things that we launched at Symposium today was this call to action for people to come on, and in this mentality of, well, what can I do? I'm just one person. We've asked people to come on, and we've created a special button for Sitecore Symposium members to be able to donate money that can potentially feed kids for an entire year. So that's really our call to action right now. How amazing would it be is that the people who come out of this conference were able to feed kids for an entire year, which is, it's a couple cups of coffee, a movie ticket, and someone actually gets to get fed. That's a pretty amazing thing. You can go to bed and think and sleep well on.
Yeah, it truly makes a difference. Is there a way that maybe some people watching at home can get involved?
Absolutely. If you go to notimpossible.com/hunger, you can see anything and everything about the hunger program. And what we want people to do is to take this and to spread the word about this. Everything we do at Not Impossible is not just about accessibility for the people who need it, but also for the accessibility of people who want to help. So we've made it as the program is stupid simple, we've made the ability to get involved stupid simple. So to either donate or to tell someone about it so that they might be able to get involved, to deploy it in their community if they feel that there's a church or a charity or a school that they feel that can benefit from Hunger Not Impossible, to either get in touch with us and to deploy it.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for talking to us today, you guys. Your partnership is truly inspiring, and we appreciate you sitting down with us.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for having us.